Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a digital marketing director in the telecommunications industry, and I give PieSync a 4 out of 5. Outside of PieSync, there was actually a big challenge in finding a tool that would accomplish our goals. We were trying to find something that enabled us to have a master suppression list across our variety of marketing automation platforms and sales enablement platforms. And candidly, I could not find anything else. I did a lot of searching and was getting to the point where it was going to be manual exports and imports of spreadsheets, which just did not seem ideal or intuitive, and there was risk associated, it was tedious, and it wouldn't be the most up to date. So PieSync was actually suggested to me by HubSpot. I'm a HubSpot customer, and they had acquired PieSync. It was a new partner of theirs that we could work with, and that was the option that made the most sense. When we dug into PieSync, we realized very quickly that the tool was intuitive. It appeared when I was doing the research that it would be very easy to integrate with our different systems. There was out-of-the-box integration. I didn't need to involve development or IT. It was something I could simply set up by myself, which was huge for us because we have a very small team. We don't have that sort of support, so we'd have to go outside, acquire more cost. Additionally, PieSync was very affordable. The conversation with my SVP to get approval for that in the budget, given what it would enable us to do and how it would help us be compliant with when it comes to unsubscribe and canned spam and GDPR, it was a no-brainer. The price was right, the integration was simple, and getting things off the ground was quick and easy. And the thing that really clinched it for us was that they offered a free trial, because my boss always likes to try before you buy. And they even extended that free trial for us for a few more weeks so we could really make sure it was working before we committed the cost. So the fact that they had that confidence in their product was enough to really just push things over the end, and it did not disappoint. The integration for PieSync was far more simple to set up than I had even expected. We have it integrated with Outreach, HubSpot, and Pardot, all systems that we use for email communications, to ensure that those unsubscribes are synced across all platforms, keeping us in compliance and reducing risk. All we really had to do was have an administrative login for each of those systems, two of which I had, the other I got from a counterpart, and we were able to very quickly sync everything with PieSync. The area that did take a little bit of assistance on my end was I did not want to sync all of our records because you pay by database size. I really only wanted to sync, for our use case, those that were unsubscribed specifically. So there's a series of if-then statements that help you limit that and determine what the record is of truth and who can create new records versus who cannot of those 3 different systems. I had a little bit of trouble figuring that out at first, so I was able to get support help. A few weeks later, I did discover that in the HubSpot Academy, there are now videos that actually talk you through all that. So I imagine had I seen those in advance, I probably could have done it all on my own. But I was very pleased. Took a few emails back and forth with them, but I did get an opportunity to speak with someone on the phone, and within 5 minutes, I understood what I needed to change, and it was a lifesaver there and super easy. So they were easy to get to. Overall, the integration was great. But you do need to have a good understanding of if-then statements and what you want your record of truth to be before. So I recommend kind of mapping that out, and then it'll be very, very quick to move through. So my recommendation for anyone who is thinking about getting started with PieSync is to first make sure that the apps that you're planning or the tools, systems that you're planning to integrate are already within their marketplace of apps that you can connect. There's hundreds in there, so odds are pretty good that whatever your tool is, it's probably in there, but always a good thing to check before you make that commitment. Definitely take advantage of their free trial, because that's your opportunity to get in there, try before you buy, and make sure everything works before the monetary commitment. And then you can very easily see how everything is working, and it makes the business case a lot easier when you can say, I've tried it, it works, it fits within our budget, let's move forward. I also say our use case for unsubscribes, obviously very important, but there's a lot of opportunities to use it to sync between systems that maybe don't have direct integrations, or maybe it's too much of a challenge, too much of a lift to build them on the other end. PieSync is a connector for you. So all really great things there. And I really encourage you to map out what fields that you want to go ahead and sync between all of them to make sure that it's all set up from the get-go. You haven't lost anything along the way. But ultimately, the biggest thing from a cost perspective is just having an understanding of your database size, because you pay based on number of records. So just make sure that whatever you're choosing to sync is exactly what you want to sync, and no more, no less, and that will help you determine what price point you're going to come in at.